Hello once again, and welcome to another episode of Inside IUE Sports. I'm your host, Caleb Gillock, and it's hard to believe it, but it's almost that time of year. The weather's starting to get a little bit warmer, the snow's turning to rain. You guessed it, today we're going to be talking about golf. And joining me first today, women's golf head coach Brittany Watley, to talk a little bit about her team and give us an outlook on the season. Coach, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Well, just go ahead and start it off by telling us a little bit about what the off-season's been like as we gear up for the spring.
So we've been practicing indoors. It's been a really productive off season. The weather was it was a little bit bad over winter break, but I know a lot of my girls got out and they got to hit certain places around their hometowns. And we've been going up to MD's Golf Academy up in Muncie, so that's been a great resource for us. And you know, everybody's looking really good, and we're really excited to get in and start the spring season. Now,
you yourself, before you came to Richmond, a little bit used to warmer weather. What's it been like for you this winter?
It's been pretty good. I went back home to Las Vegas for a little bit, and it's definitely stayed pretty warm out there. It doesn't get too cold. Also used to the snow a little bit out here with having gone to college in Kentucky, so it's been pretty nice.
All right. Well, what's everybody feeling as we gear up for the spring?
Everybody's feeling excitement, nervousness. We've got a lot of really big tournaments coming up, and I'm really excited to see the level of competition and to really push them to be more competitive. And yeah, everybody's just really excited to just be around each other. You know, a lot of good team bonding experience going on. So.
All right, we'll talk about the roster and the schedule here in a few moments, but what are your expectations for this spring?
Well, as we've already seen for the fall, you know, we've already broken a lot of team records, and I'm just expecting that to continue. We've got a lot of potential, a lot of untapped talent on the team, and I'm really seeing that in the off season kind of come out, and I'm really excited about where they're at, and I'm really excited to continue seeing them to grow and just to get more used to being in tournaments. The freshmen have really stepped up, and they've been doing great, and we've already got a lot of tournament experience for them under their belt, so this should be a little bit smoother, a little less nerves going into it, so I'm really, really excited to see how well we can do.
All right, well, let's go ahead and talk about your roster. We'll start with the returnees. Tell us a little bit about Bree Nowak.
So she's a junior this year. She's a great team leader, just a really great person. She has great athletics. She's an all-around great student athlete. She's truly been a leader by example for us, really helped the freshmen and the newcomers feel welcome, and just really helped me build a good family team culture.
All right, and how about Lexi Fields?
Lexi Fields is just a great personality to be around. She's always happy. Always just bubbly. So she's really brought a great energy to the team. She's also just another great all-around student athlete with her academics and the athletics, and she's been putting in a lot of hard work, and I'm really excited to see what we can do this semester.
And how about Hannah Johnson?
She's also been a great leader by example, great team leader. She's also one of my co-captains, so she's done a great job at really helping me build a family team culture, and just really help with team bonding, help give experience to the newcomers and really make them feel kind of welcome and helping them kind of get used to tournaments and just, yeah.
All right. Well, you've got 4 newcomers on the roster this year. Your thoughts on that recruiting class before we go through them one by one?
They're a really solid recruiting class. They're definitely something I think we needed this year, and it's definitely a big recruiting class. And as far as it doubled our team size, so that was made me a little nervous coming in because they didn't have a lot of tournament experience, and just the difference from going to high school to college is a little rough on most people. So I was really nervous, but like I said earlier, they've all stepped up. They've just been a great group of girls to have And I'm just really excited to see what else we can do over the next couple of years.
All right. Well, with that in mind, go ahead and tell us a little bit about Lauren Heitkamp.
So Lauren is again a great all-around student athlete, great academics, great athletics, such a hard worker, both on and off the golf course. We often see her in the athletics office, and she's really put in a lot of hard work, and she's just always there. Any advice I give her, she's always listening, and she's just been a great team player.
And how about Joe Weiskup?
Joe, I love Joe. She's just she's a little shy, but she is just such a great personality, such a great person. We've really just worked a lot on her game, and she is just such a consistent player for us right now, and she's done a lot of really good work, and I'm really excited to see how much better we can get her. She has a lot of untapped potential, and just such great swing mechanics.
All right. Well, how about Megan Kirchhoff?
Megan is another just all-around good student athlete. She is also another great personality. Always happy when we're in team practice. Definitely a great just team player to be around. She's definitely fighting for the top 5, and we've put in a lot of really good hard work on that over winter break in the off season, and I'm really excited to see how she plays this semester.
All right, and last but not least, Madison O'Daniel.
Madison is another great student athlete. She's definitely another adds to the happy, go-lucky personality of our team. Just lots of smiling faces. She is definitely competing for the top 5, and I'm really excited to see her play more this semester. We've been working on some swing mechanics, and she is so close, and she is definitely going to be a really strong force to be reckoned with in the next couple of years.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and talk about your schedule. You've got 4 tournaments, looks like, on the schedule for the spring. Start things off on March 5th and 6th at the Montreat College Cavalier Spring Invite. Tell us a little bit about that.
So that's in North Carolina, and it looks to be a link-style course. We're really excited to go, play a little ways away, get to experience a different state, and we're excited to expand where we're going to as far as tournament-wise, and it should be a really solid tournament, some decent competition to start off the season, and it should be pretty good.
All right, the March 18th through the 20th, you go to Morehead State for their Citrus Challenge. Tell us about that one.
So that one is kind of a tournament close to my heart. It's my alma mater's tournament, so I'm really excited to take us back there. It's a great course in Sorrento, Florida, Redtail, and it's just a great setup, and they make it pretty difficult. And there's some really great competition that I'm excited for us to play. We're actually going to be playing with SCAD Savannah, which is the #1 women's golf team in the NAIA right now, rankings. So it'll be just a great test to see how far we've come this past season, or this past fall, and to see kind of where we match up and everything.
All right. From there, on April 9th, you've got the IU Kokomo Spring Cougar Classic.
So I think this is a great opportunity for us. It's a one-day, 36-hole event, so it'll really push our stamina, really prep us well for conference, which is a 27-27 tournament. And last year we were leading after the first round, but we kind of lost it a little bit. And I think that this is a really good prep for conference, and it's against one of our own conference teams, Kokomo, which have always been really great hosts for us. So really excited to kind of get a chance to preview the competition and push our stamina a little bit.
All right, then to wrap things up, April 15th through the 17th, River State's Conference Championships.
I'm really excited. Last year we finished 3rd, and in the fall preview we got up there and we showed that we are just as good as any other team. And so I'm really, really excited to see if we can expand on that and grow on that, and I think we've got a really great shot at taking the whole thing. There's definitely the potential there. There's definitely the talent. We just got to get it firing on all cylinders.
All right. You expect all of them to be competitive, but which do you expect to be the most challenging tournament you'll go to this spring?
Definitely Moorhead State. It's a lot of D1 teams. Some of them are similar in that they are northern teams, so they haven't gotten a lot of outside practice as we have so far. But it's definitely should step up the competition. It's a little farther yardage-wise and a little bit more of a challenge with the course layout. But I really think that we can be even competitive at that level.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add about this spring?
Not that I can think of. I'm just really excited to get into it, and I think everybody on the team is really excited just to start playing, get outside.
Right, yeah, for sure. All right, well, there you have it from head coach Brittany Watley talking about the women's golf team, the roster, and what their schedule looks like this spring. Be sure for more information on that to visit IUERedWolves.com. We'll take a quick break and be right back with more Inside IUE Sports on the other side of the break.
The leaders of First Bank Richmond encourage their employees to give their best effort towards serving the community. One organization very dear to many First Bank Richmond employees is the Third Grade Reading Academy. First Bank staff volunteers hundreds of hours and even host Academy students on site. Doing great things together stands for First Bank's commitment to continue doing all they can to make life better for their customers and our community. First Bank Richmond and you, doing great things together.
What if a home phone could also be a smartphone? And what if that home phone could save you money on your home and wireless bill at the same time? With Xfinity Voice, you get amazing technology like readable voicemail on your smartphone, caller ID on your TV, and even text messaging, all for a low price. Start saving with unlimited nationwide talk and text and switch to Xfinity Voice for just $19.99 a month for 12 months. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Almost done.
Now you can pay your bill, manage your appointments, and check your connection status. Anytime, anywhere.
Oh, so you're protesting? Okay.
Introducing Xfinity My Account, available on any device.
And back here on Inside IUE Sports, it's our golf season preview episode, and I'm joined now by men's golf head coach John Gordon. John, thanks for your time today.
Thank you.
Well,
glad to be here.
Glad to have you. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about your outlook on the season for this year.
We had a very successful fall season, so, you know, in all reality, our spring season is what we really look forward to because that's when our big tournaments are, and just, you know, the fall gave us all the confidence in the world, and so just really looking forward to the spring.
All right, you've got quite the roster this year, so let's go ahead and start talking about them, especially a nice junior class. Start off by telling us a little bit about Tyler Pearson.
Tyler moved in, or didn't move in, but he joined the team last spring semester, and he finished third in the conference last spring, and he won our in the fall. He won the same tournament, our fall preview, and so he's just a great player. He's obviously one of the top 2 or 3 players in the conference, and he's a player and just a really good student athlete.
All right, and how about Lance Hackman?
Lance is the same way. He's been a 3-year starter though for us. He's a junior, and he another great student athlete, and he's just a great asset to the team.
All right, tell us a little bit about Cody Friend.
Cody started on the top 5 his freshman and sophomore year, and he fought hard to make the top 5 this year, and he got sick late in the fall and wasn't able to qualify for the last couple tournaments, but he's still playing awfully well. He's starting to get into his major a lot and starting to go into start working in his. He's a criminal justice major, and so he's starting to work with the police force and stuff. And so he does a really good job of juggling work with golf.
Yeah, that's pretty tough sometimes as a student athlete, right?
Exactly, very tough.
All right. What about John Schaefer?
John came from Fort Wayne, and he's been on the top 5 for a couple years. And this year he fought hard. He actually missed going to our spring trip by a shot. Of all the golf we played, he missed going on our spring trip by 1 shot, and I was a little disappointed for him. But you know, happy for the other guys. So he fought hard, and he's still fighting hard. So I'm happy to see that.
All right. What are your thoughts on those 4 juniors as a whole?
Just great student athletes. You know, they've already been here 3 years. They're going to get their degree, and just great student athletes.
All right. Let's go ahead and talk about the sophomores. Player from my alma mater of Newcastle, Cole Schofield.
Cole probably hits the ball as close to a tour player as we have on the team. I mean, he can nail it. He can play. He's the only thing I'd like to see more out of him is he's by far our 2nd player on the team. He shoots a lot of low 70s. He shot under par. He just needs to get a little bit more consistent. Struggles with, you know, it's amazing. His ball striking is really good. Just struggles with his putting a little bit, but obviously he's just a tremendous player. But and just really, I mean, really happy to have him on the team.
All right. Next up, Ben Tinkle.
Ben Tinkle, and same with Cole, just great student athletes. Ben's also a great student athlete. Ben's kind of my feisty player on the team. I mean, he works really hard. I mean, just happy. He fights hard. When he's struggling, he still fights hard, and he didn't play as well in the fall as he'd like, but he gets all out of it he can. I mean, there's no give up.
All right. Another Newcastle player, Jacob Campbell.
Jacob was another transfer. He transferred from IU Bloomington last spring, and just jumped right into the top 5. He's good friends with Cole. I think Cole had a big influence on getting him to come to IU East and play golf, and he's just great. He works hard at it, and he wants to play, and he's a very solid player.
And how about Evan Williams?
Evan's he's just a great athlete. He's one of those guys that hits it a long way, and so he needs to learn to control the ball a little bit more consistently. He's pretty much our 6th player right now, fighting to get in on the top 5. His consistency is just up and down. He'll play a really good round, but his bad rounds, he'll get it going a little crooked, and so that that just kind of. But he's just a tremendous athlete. Hits the ball forever, and he's solidly the 6th player right now, and he's fighting for the top 5.
All right, tell us about Brandon Ballman.
Brandon, he's probably our most powerful. He's a lot like Evan, but he's probably our most powerful player on the team. He gets it going a little crooked also, and gets it in play. And then he's just but he's just the epitome of a student athlete. Still works at his golf hard, and his grades are even better than that. So just really happy to have him on the team.
All right, and the last sophomore, Curtis Robbins.
Curtis is in the military, so he's balancing golf with the military. And so he's a little bit like Cody, balancing that. Just still really a great kid to have on the team.
All right, before we go to the break, I know you keep talking about the top 5. You're going to be one of those top 5 players to play in tournaments.
Right.
What about for the guys that don't make that top 5? What's up for them?
We do our best. Well, we do. We host 3 events. We host 2 in the spring. Actually, let me get this straight. We actually have 3 tournaments they play in, at least in the fall. And then we'll have 1 in the spring here. And that's the good thing about hosting or having close events here in the fall, is that it gives me a great opportunity to evaluate our talent. I mean, that's kind of the way I kind of sell our program to the guys is, you need to come right in the fall, and that's when you kind of solidify yourself for in the spring. That's, I kind of narrow it down to there's about 6 or 7 guys fighting for those 5 spots now.
Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and take a quick break, and when we come back, we will talk about the freshman class, the newcomers, and take a look at the schedule when we return with more Inside IUE Sports.
Can sometimes be chaotic. And with small children, it can be difficult to get to the doctor.
Hi, Mrs. Towns. How are you doing?
I have a sick little boy right here. I think he might have an ear infection.
With Read Health Now virtual visits, you don't even need to leave your home.
I'll send in a prescription for him.
Quick, easy, convenient.
I don't want to take the kids out today.
Oh, hey, Doc.
Read Health, right beside you, right now.
And back here on Inside IUE Sports, we're talking about men's golf. We just finished talking about the upperclassmen. So, Coach, let's go ahead and talk about the newcomers and tell us a little bit about Noah Reisner.
Noah is a local guy from Richmond, as was Evan. And Noah actually was the guy that beat John by a shot, so he'll be going on the spring trip. Okay. And that's our big trip for spring break. We're going for a week and have an opportunity to practice. And so excited for him and just a great newcomer to the team.
All right. How about Nick Hayden?
Nick, this is where I get in a little bit of trouble because golf is obviously more of an individual sport. And so, you know, I can see the guys working out in practice, but golf's obviously an easy sport to go practice on your own.
Right.
But Noah's the one I actually have an opportunity to see basically working his butt off. I mean, he's working very hard, and he wants to be right there competing, so he's fun to watch.
So in other words, he's putting in a lot of extra time.
Exactly.
All right. How about Matt Ginder?
Matt's, like you said, a newcomer to the team. He struggled a little bit with probably new golf courses and stuff, but he also works hard, another good student athlete, and so happy to have Matt.
All right. And last but not least, Angel Devay.
Angel, he from Puerto Rico, and you know, I think if I went to Puerto Rico to go play golf, it would be a very traumatic experience. But his ball striking is superior. I mean, his ability to hit a golf ball is as good as anybody's on the team. He needs probably just to learn more how to control his golf game and just the scoring aspect of it. But his ball striking is excellent.
And for those that don't know, how do you find an international player such as he?
Actually, Joe, our AD, went down and went on a trip, and basically Joe recruited Angel.
Okay. All right, well, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about your spring schedule. You opened things up on March 12th and 13th at the Point University Skyhawk Invite. That's down in Georgia, if I remember correctly.
Exactly.
Tell us a bit about that one.
That's basically my favorite one to go on of the year. That's our practice time. You know, living here in Indiana, we've had limited being able to hit outside. You know, we go up to MDs and practice about once a week if we can't get outside. And when we get down there, we practice 4 or 5 hours a day, morning and the evening. And the tournament itself I don't get all that uptight about. You know, hope to play well, but you know, we've been kind of stuck inside for 3 months, and so, you know, you just haven't really had an opportunity to play golf yet.
I know that was one of the things. I was good friends with Franklin Christ, graduated a few years ago, and it was one thing he always talked about. It was a nice tournament to go to. But one of the things that was a little challenging about it was you're actually out playing on grass for the first time.
Exactly. You couldn't have said it best, you know. We just have an opportunity to get on the grass and actually see the golf ball fly. You know, we're not on a mat, and it's playing golf. And obviously, all of us would love to play well down there, but I'm not going to lose any sleep on how we play. I just want to see us practice hard down there.
All right, next up on the schedule is April 2nd and 3rd, the Marion Spring Invite. Tell us a little about that one.
That'll be the first time we've played in that. I can't honestly tell you the competition. Marion that hosts it's a very competitive team, and really excited to play in it. My understanding is it's a great golf course, and so just really excited to see what it has in store for us.
All right. From there, your old spring invite on April 7th.
That's just another one. We basically host that just so our players on the team all have an opportunity to play. We usually have about 4 teams in it, and you know, it's just a great opportunity for everybody on the team to play.
All right. From there, on April 9th and 10th, the Wildcat Cup invite. If I remember right, that's going to be at the Brickyard Crossing this year, right?
Yes, yes, and that's probably the one really exciting tournament. First time we've entered it. I've played the Brickyard a number of times, and so has guys on the team. And it's probably, as far as a golf facility, public facility, it's, in my mind, it could be the best in the state.
Really?
And so really excited to see the guys have an opportunity to play there.
I've always been curious. I've wanted to make a trip over there and play sometime myself.
Yeah, they've got 4 holes inside the track, and so basically you walk under the track to go play holes 7, 8, 9, and 10, and so it's right there at the racetrack, and so it's pretty neat.
All right. Sounds like a neat experience.
Yes.
From there, April 13th and 14th, the IU Kokomo Cougar invite.
Just another warm-up for our conference. You know, we're just keep looking to get better throughout the spring, and hopefully we can go up there and compete.
All right. Then about 10 days later, the 23rd and 24th, the River States Conference Tournament.
That's why we practice the whole year. That's what it all comes down to. We all play hard. We won pretty much the exact same golf tournament in the fall, and so that's just obviously a huge confidence builder for us for the spring preview or for the spring tournament, and so just really that's what we're just fighting for.
Right. Who are you think some of the front-running teams in the conference this year?
Point Park's obviously always right there. Asbury played real well in the fall. They're getting a lot better. Brush is always there, and I've just noticed every team since I started working here in 2014, every team is getting better, and that's what is really exciting about our conference. As you can see, you know, some of us are still struggling to compete, right, but you still see their scores getting a lot better, and so Ohio Christian's one of them. Ohio Christian's I've seen getting a lot better, and so it's going to be very competitive.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add about the spring season?
Not really. Just excited. Just very excited for the kids. You know, they've got all the reason in the world to have a lot of confidence, and just very excited for them.
All right. Well, thanks for your time today.
Thank you.
Well, there you've got it from head coach John Gordon of the men's golf team, giving us a look at what his team looks like this year and an outlook on the spring season. Well, that wraps up this episode of Inside IUE Sports. I'm your host, Caleb Gillock. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.